I ask creators the kind of questions HR would definitely approve of. Then I throw in a few wildcards just to keep them guessing. This week's guest is... Rob's Vintage Video.
Yeah, it's Rob's Vintage Video. Not me, this guy. Hey, Rob. There he is.
What's happening?
How are you doing, my friend? You okay?
Good. Where did you get that? Is that an AI picture of me?
No, so what I did was I went on, I'm teaching myself Photoshop. So I got a picture of you. I think you were at a convention with somebody and you were really happy. I think it was Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
And I just thought, Rob looks so happy. And also, it looks like Corey Feldman's meeting you rather than you're meeting Corey Feldman. I really, because you're like this guy here, like, yeah. And I really liked it. So I took it and then I put like a glow around you. So it looks, and then I kind of upscaled it. And it kind of just I don't know. It looks like it could be AI, but it's. I assure you, it's your face.
Yeah, it looks like me, but it looks like I got a birthday card for my birthday last time, and they made an AI picture of me like on a motorcycle, and it kind of looked like that.
Oh right. I stole it off your birthday card. I was like, I was rooting around in your house. So for those people who haven't watched this before, and Rob was just telling me he has watched my interview with Al, and this is an interview show where the first part of it is where I ask questions about your channel and how culturally you fit in with it. Like, do you where's your little corner of YouTube, and why do you like it so much? And the second half, I use some of these Richard Herring's emergency questions, which there are 1,000 weird and wonderful questions to choose from. I recently did an interview with somebody that's coming up soon, and he was like, "Oh, I can't have that one because somebody else did." And I'm like, "No, it's fine. Choose any you want because you're going to get a completely different answer, aren't you, for different people?" So that's my top of the show stuff done. And it might be 60-40 silly questions to sort of more serious ones. But my first question really, I guess, is why YouTube? Why did you start your YouTube channel?
It's it's pretty simple answer. Captain Adam. I was when I got into VHS collecting, I was on YouTube. I came across Captain Adam. I was blown away. I like how good his channel was. There was a VHS pirate, and it just inspired me. Like, this is cool as shit, man. I got inspired right away from it, and then that's when I kind of started like Rob's Vintage Video and all that, and then eventually I got into just watching other people talk about VHS. I came across there's 3 people involved that are the reason why I'm here. Captain Adam's one of them. Gareth is another one. Gareth invited me. Gareth and VHS Mikey invited me on my first like live stream show. So, and I just got, that was basically just the inspiration of seeing Captain Adam's show, and that made me think, I had a YouTube channel before because I had a band. I made a little bit of music, and my channel started, I think, in like 2015. I put it out there, but my Vintage Video has only been like a few years, like 3-4 years, something like that.
That makes sense because the sort of when you do your like the skits and the comedy stuff and the characters, I always feel that reminds me of like a kind of music video, or a promo for a band, like a Beastie Boys kind of kind of lo-fi. I absolutely love them. I find them hilarious. Like,
thank you.
Is that something that you did with your band as well? Did you have a say in the sort of the visual side of what you did, or was it just a case of just kicking out the tunes? And
no, I was just the band. I did the guitar, the bass, the drums, I sang. I wrote all the music. It was basically me.
Oh wow! Oh geez,
yeah.
Man.
So, and it was called Killer Dunbar. It was named after my my mother's father's boxing name. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mother's last name is Dunbar, so my grandfather was a bare knuckle boxer in Nova Scotia, and his boxing name was Killer Dunbar.
Whoa, and I bet he was one tough guy. Jeez, Nova Scotia's a tough place full
Yeah,
stop. So he's not.
I looked it up. My mom used to tell me stories all the time about it, but a lot of people think she was exaggerating. So eventually, when the internet came around, I looked up a lot of things that she used to tell me, and I found like I didn't find all kinds of stuff, but I did find like a card with his name on it, and a fight that he had in Sherbrooke, Nova Scotia, against another boxer named Kid Sutherland or something like that. And
Wow.
yeah, so he was a boxer and he did box and everything. So he died when
It
I was
sounds
like
like the guy that would be fighting a bear, you know?
he died when I was like 2 or 3 years old. But my mother used to say, "Oh, my father was a boxer and he fought to build a hospital and all kinds of stuff like that." But it sounds, like she's, exaggerating. But
Yeah.
he didn't fight to build. Well, he fought on a card of boxing that they was a benefit for money for to build a hospital.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So he did. So yeah. So she's yeah. It was
So
like if he won, they built the hospital. If he lost,
yeah,
they didn't.
exactly. That's
But,
it. It make it sound like he's building the hospital with his knuckles or something. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh
but
man, that's so
so
good.
yeah,
I can kind of imagine in this beast of a man, because I bet they were proper hairy back then as well. Like not like the
actually
boxers
my,
now
my
where they're all
grandfather.
sort of.
My grandfather's not that hairy. I think he had like a mustache, but his body. My mother and her family are not that. My father's side is a different story now.
That's just
But yeah, anyway,
mustache. I was going to say mustache as well. Yeah.
yeah. But so yeah, I've always been like creative that way. I've always wrote stuff. Like I've written like stories and TV shows and songs and rhymes and just all kinds of shit ever since I can remember. So I've always been that kind of way. And it was just another outlet for me to be creative when I got onto YouTube and I saw Captain Adam, and I was like, I just he opened my eyes to like I could do all these things like on my own TV show. I look at it like kind of like UHF, like it was my own TV station. You know what I mean? Like
Oh man, supplies.
yeah. So
Yeah.
then I was collecting my tapes and had like my little video store was already on its kind of way, but it wasn't really a video store at that time until I got that inspiration, and then boom, here I am.
Wow. So like, what was it? You saying all these things that you did in the past and this sort of creativity. Do you think that is quite tied into the VHS era, like going to the video shop and getting these like, is it tied into that particular, or is that just like because it was the time you grew up? Do you think if you were around now, you would be just as creative, but just maybe in a different way? It'd be maybe more disposable and social media and all that kind of malarkey.
Well, I think I think a bit of both because like I mean I'll be creative no matter what, no matter that's
Yeah.
one thing I do know is that even when I don't have the confidence and I don't want to continue something that I'm doing, and I feel like sometimes you get down like I'm not a real artist or blah 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 blah. Eventually, I start creating something else again. It always comes up. It's like that my whole life. So I know now that I have to create something. Whether I
Mm.
paintings, man, I do drawings, whatever it is. Like nowadays, the past while, my creativity has been going into my video store and on my YouTube channel. I
Yeah.
still play guitar a little bit. I still write different skits and I like how I have plans for the channel coming up with my new show and everything that have a whole lot of things involved. So eventually, when I get there, it'll be pretty cool.
Nice. Oh, is that yeah? So is that something the creative side and like I said, maybe inspired by things that you watched when you were younger as well? Like, is there a real, because obviously it's Rob's vintage video, and there's things that made you want to, like, as well as the people you've seen on YouTube who are into the same things as you. What were those things that you were into when you were younger in those formative years? Like, what got you? Because I know I'm the same. Like, if sometimes I'll see something and I'll love it so much I want to go and do the same thing, but equally if I see something I hate, I go, I could do that better, and I go and try and do it. So it's a different way. We all need that creative outlet, don't we? What was the first thing, or some of the first things that made you want to do similar?
Well, I've always been a fan of movies, man. Like, I never thought of being a movie maker or filmmaker or anything like that because I just didn't think it's just a large thing, to get to.
Yeah,
I
same.
didn't think that I would have where I came from and the life I had and stuff like that. I never thought that I could be a filmmaker or nothing like that. Now that I'm older, and the technology we have, I make my own films, and I like my Christmas movie that I made and all that stuff like that. And I love doing that. I've always wanted to do that stuff. It's just like I didn't have the, like I said, when I saw Captain's show, it kind of like opened my eyes to like what you can do. Like it's not like I couldn't have figured that out myself. I just had a closed mind to it, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, it doesn't feel possible until you think, oh, yeah, like
Well, yeah, someone else
this
is
is
doing it, so why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So a lot of times it was like that. With my music when I was younger, I'd be like, like what's the point? There's way better guitarists than me, and then I would see other people I know playing guitar, and then that would make me want to play guitar because they're doing it. So I guess it just was like a confidence thing, But I always wanted to like do something like that. I made a comic when I was like 14 or 15. I created my own comic book. I always wanted to do something in that kind of, and I always loved comedy, and I've been watching TV since my eyes opened because my parents. My father was a sailor, was often gone. My mother had 3 kids to take care of, and had her thing going on. So I was allowed to watch whatever I wanted to watch. So I was influenced like my whole life. Always loved movies. My mother as well was a big movie fan. She has a large collection of movies, physical media. She's got like about
oh.
1,500 DVDs and Blu-rays and shit like that.
Oh wow, that's unusual because often we're not into the same sort of things as our parents. We're either pulling against, like sort of pushing against it, and or doing. It's cool that like your mom was into collecting physical media, and like she was way ahead of the game. Now people that'd be a really cool pastime to be into in 2025.
Yeah, she passed away a few years ago, so I inherited her collection and that. But yeah, we like most of my video store. I guess that's a lot of reasons why I like my video store too. Because my mother and we lived in the video store. I was at the video store every day in the summertime. Like when I was off of school, we were in the store every day, renting 5 movies every night, watching 5 movies every night, bringing them back and re-up another 5 movies. I've watched every movie in the video store, every movie they've had.
Yeah,
You know what I
just
mean? Like,
come through. I
yeah.
bet she'd be really happy to know that you're kind of preserving that collection. And I made a joke to you before we started about about me having movie posters, and I was like, I don't even know where I've got to display them, but like maybe I'll put them in my will or something. But it's kind of half joking, really, because you do kind of without being morbid or whatever, you do have these things in mind. You think, oh man, it'd be cool, like I've got a friend who I'm like, if anything ever happened to me, he can have this because I know he'd appreciate it. And it's pretty cool to like have that. I don't know, like I go back and forth about having things and objects and having too much importance on them, but also there's a comfort and a happiness and it's a fine line, isn't it? Nostalgia, it's like a fine line between making you really happy and then also kind of being a little bit sad as well. And I always think like when it comes to the things that you and Captain Adam are talking about, it's like you're talking about something that's just been released this week. So it doesn't even feel like nostalgia when you're talking about VHS. It's like, oh, I've got this and I got this, and it's like you've just been to the video store.
Yeah, it's like our current life, like.
Yeah, that's really fun though. I think that's what makes it so much fun, rather than being like, "Do you remember this?" Like in a kind of, it
Yeah,
feels like it's happening now. Is there a thing about you as a person like might surprise other people about you? Like, I think there's some things that I didn't know about your being in a band and having so many different, literally strings to your bow or strings to your guitar.
well, I mean,
But
I didn't say I was the greatest, but I mean, like once you've like learned how to play guitar mediocrely, you can kind of play bass too, and you can kind of hold a little bit. You teach yourself to hold a little bit of a beat on the drums, and I wasn't the greatest singer, thank God for effects, but at least I made my own music, and my friends play it. Sometimes when I go back home and I'm drinking beers with my buddies and they have like a playlist on, my song will come on because I got it on their list on the computer, and then we laugh. Oh, that is my song, and I made that song with another good friend of mine who was in bands and music a lot of most of his life. So it's all good stuff.
That's really cool. I also think that like people who don't have that creative outlet, they tend to be quite unhappy. Like I think there's even being a fan of something is for me is like being a creative outlet. Like talking about something, sharing something, being part of something, whether you're like a heavy metal fan or a wrestling fan or Doctor
Yeah,
Who or whatever it is, whatever is your thing, like having that passion and that like collection and creating and discuss it is being creative. It is being. I think people you meet people like that and they tend to be quite happy because they're not like they don't feel unfulfilled. They're doing things that they're interested in. And that's possibly why I think like back in the day and people used to be like, oh, I hate nerds and geeks, they're into this and then now it's like everyone's like, oh, it's so cool to be a like I always say the story about like how hard it was for me to get comic books and like how expensive they were and how people you'd just be like, why do you even want to read that? And now it'd be like, I'm a bit of a sexy nerd, and like, and I guess what I'm saying is like, it's nice to have that, isn't it? It makes you feel good to have that kind of creative outlet. I don't know where I'd be without having those interests. Do you tend to go from one thing to another, or do you stick with certain things? Do you have like a genre that you always go back to, or the type of music you always listen to, or do you just are you one of those people that just goes in lots of different directions?
I bounce around a lot, but I always end up bouncing around the same things. You know what I mean? Like I'll dabble over here and get tired of that, then I'll be over here. But then it's always the same, unless I can find something new, which never happens anymore. But I just yeah, I kind of get tired of this stuff, then I'll go over to this stuff. I like all kinds of music, so I'll listen to, let's say, I'll listen to rap for a while, and then I'll get tired of that. Then I'll listen to heavy metal for a while, then I get tired of that. Then I'll listen to like whatever different kind of pop music or something, or whatever I feel like listening to it to just to get off the other stuff. You know what I mean? To keep the circle going.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm like Captain and we talked about this before. New stuff, unless somebody recommends me something, I have no idea. Like, and I have no idea what's good or what's not. Because I don't want to waste any more time. I've watched so many shitty movies and heard so many shitty songs that I don't even like. Unless someone says, "Listen to this," I'm telling you, you got to listen to this. Then I'll listen or check it out. But if that doesn't happen, I just sit there. I'll put Beastie Boys' "License to Ill" back on again for the 100th time or 1000th time or whatever.
Because like so if you were to had to like find a niche, or someone was to say to you at any time in history or any time in your own life history, so from birth to now, you could start your own business doing anything and it would be we already know it's going to be really successful. What would you choose? So like for me, I'd like to be a host on on Mystery Science Theater. That would be like my dream job, watching bad movies and chatting about them with like silly robots. Like if you could do anything you wanted and it's like it's possible, I'm like a genie and I just grant you that wish. What sort of thing what sort of area would you think you might go into?
Well, I guess I'd have to answer like basically what my YouTube channel is I in some way to make my stories come to life, whether it's like a filmmaker or a director or something like that or whatever. But obviously that's what I like to do. I like to write stories and make them. So yeah, in some way like that, I'd be happy just to like you fantasize and things like that. If I had to, I have movie trailers written. I have movie ideas. Like if I had a crazy amount of money to throw away, I could very easily shoot a movie. You know what I mean? That would be cool as hell. I would love that.
Yeah,
Whether it be good or not, that's what you find out later. But still, I would still love to do it.
Well, I mean, whether it be good or not, it doesn't seem to be an issue in terms of like most like stuff that I'll watch on, on quite a regular basis. That seems to be the very far down the list. So if that was stopping you,
Well, that's what the only thing that stops me is the like the funding and the time to do it. Like if I need the time to do it, but yeah, that's what I like doing. I spent a lot of time making the videos that I have on my channel, and I'm proud of them. I really had a good time making them. So if I could like get paid to do something like that, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, man, that sounds awesome. That does. So, like, do you have if you could like sort of describe your channel or what your channel's about in like one sentence or two sentences to somebody, because I said this, we're talking about this with Gareth, saying that like people in our everyday lives do not want to really, they're not interested in our YouTube channels, and friends and family tend not to be that bothered. But like if you were to just meet a complete stranger and they asked, how would you describe it to them?
I'm laughing because I remember when I started my channel, I have a group of friends that I hang out with a lot, especially back home before I moved. And none of them watched the channel and gave a shit about it. Like I would show them videos I make and things like, and they'd be, "Oh, that's cool." They look at it, that's all right. But they didn't give a shit, you know. Like
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "Sorry," you know. And I'd be like, you don't have to say sorry, man. And like, if I was to get successful at doing something, like, it wouldn't be because of you guys.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if I just needed those 5
Yeah, those 5 or 6 likes, and I would have been there. But no, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so
Well, I mean, there's 5 of us in Pugwall 316, and like 4 of them, I think one of them subscribed to me. It's
there
like
you go.
Dave was on my first like live stream that we did together. Rick went and did the Wicker Man tour with me when we looked at the filming locations. Alex has been on when I watched They Live, and Dan has never been on. So like that's those are Pugwall 316. Like that's so yeah. And that's like supposed to be about literally the name of our made up fake band is in the title of the channel, and it still doesn't make them watch it. So yeah, I think
like, what is that? Yeah, whatever. It's cool he's doing that. They're like, it's cool that he's doing that and everything, but
yeah. I said, "Oh, I've got this many subscribers," and they were like, "Really?" Like, like it's like, nah, you're joking.
They never even look to see. Don't even know. Like they know no information about it.
Yeah, they think I've got like say 2 subscribers or something, and like one of them's me. Okay, I don't know if you can subscribe to yourself. I don't know.
I guess I would. Well, I mean, describe it like it's a video store. Basically, what I want to do is do a TV show, like like some kind of show out of my video store. That's what I said. Yeah. That's what I started doing. But I was doing like movie rankings and different little, not rankings, but like reviews and whatnot and shit like that. But now I have now I want to do like an actual series, like an actual TV show with a story and done like a sitcom kind of style. So it's kind of hard to tell them like short. It's like a TV show in a vintage video store, nostalgia. I don't know. All those things.
I think you're in the right area. Yeah, you're definitely in the right. Yeah, I don't think anybody I've asked that to so far, and the ones I've recorded has been able to do that because it's quite tricky. But I'm interested to kind of see the words that they throw out and see, you know, what they think of themselves.
Video store. Video store TV show as well. Basically, is the best I can. I know I do a lot of live streams because we now have a show. We do a live stream and. So then that's a different thing from that, but that's what the channel started out being. Before I was doing all kinds of, well, I was actually doing a lot of live streams before that too, but I did put out a lot of videos that were TV like shows, you know what I mean? Until I moved the location from my old shop to this one, took some time in between. So, but yeah, then I got the live stream, so it's a live stream show and TV and a video store TV show.
It reminds me a little bit of like sort of Randall and Clerks, like. That kind of thing. That's the vibe I got from your channel, and especially when you're with Captain Adam. I'm just going to pause our for these important messages. I'll be right back.
That's cool.
And we're back. As if by magic. And before we get on to the silly questions and the kind of more sort of, maybe it's been fun anyway, because it's always fun chatting with you. Just a big thank you to you for all the support you've given me and the support and friendship you've given me while I've been doing my channel. It really is appreciated. I wanted to make sure I say that because I'm rubbish at thinking of stuff after I've had the chance to say it.
Yeah, I'm bad for that too. But no problem, man. I like to support people that have passion in what they do and put effort in. So yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, this is probably the laziest part of them, I think, because I'm using somebody else's questions. But let's do some weird and wonderful. And also, I'd encourage everyone who hasn't checked out Rob's the funny videos, the videos with Captain Adam, the reviews, just everything that's on his channel. Go and check out Rob's channel. I'll put a little banner across. I usually do it near the end of the episode, but I'll do it now as well. So I've spelled everything right. Yes, I have. Okay, so we've got a questions 1 to 1,000. You can choose any you want. If you're not that taken with it, we can just choose another one. So
1 to 1,000, eh?
Yeah.
Let's do 999.
999. Oh man, somebody did 999 the other day.
Did they?
Yeah. Don't. Okay, so yeah. So question. Right. So full disclosure: 997 to 1,000 are the questions you ask when you want the conversation to stop.
Okay.
So it's probably not even worth us doing that at this point. Seems it's the first question.
You want me to pick another one?
Yeah, man. Let's go for another one.
Number 13.
13. Okay. Is that Baker's dozen? Right. Okay. Number 13. What age should people be breastfed until?
I can go several ways with this.
It's a family show. No, it's not.
Well, I don't know what it. Do you? I don't even really know what the average age is, to be honest with you, because I do have 2 kids, and I know I know that their mother did start doing that, but I know it was difficult and hard, so I'm not really sure how. But I mean, definitely before the kids start smoking.
Yeah, if the kid is like, "Hey, mom," like you go too much, you know.
You don't want your nipples smelling like cigarettes either and shit like that. So
yeah, like cheap booze and cigarettes. And
yeah,
kid, yeah.
Sometime before that.
Yeah, that sounds like a medically informed answer. Right. Okay. Let's see what the next one will be. What are you gonna go for?
69.
69, dude. Right. Okay. If you were God, wow. Okay, this is a good one. What flavor would you have made ejaculate?
Oh. That's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna say lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue. Yeah. Any reason why? Or is that just the straight answer? No.
I was just trying to think of something that would match how it looks.
Oh, how it looks. Oh man.
Or
man, I used to quite like having lemon meringue pies until now.
Or maybe coconut.
Coconut. See, I was thinking like we have. I don't know if you guys in Canada have Quality Street chocolates with all the different flavors in at Christmas, all wrapped up.
Yeah.
Strawberry cream ones. I was thinking strawberry cream. This sounds terrible. This is going to make me sound like some horrible misogynist, but like if it tastes like strawberry cream, surely there's nothing to complain about.
Yes. It'll be a popular thing.
Yeah, but lemon meringue pie is popular. Lemon flavor is popular. Yeah, so
coconut.
Coconut. Yeah. Is coconut a nut? Because you can't. Can you be allergic to coconut? No, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking about like, you don't want to be ejaculating something that people can be allergic to.
No, but it does have nut in it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a nut though. I don't think coconut. I think I'm.
No, but I mean, like,
oh, it is a nut. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh man. So many types of nut. It's
if you're going that route, like if you're trying to get to lure more attraction, then I guess you know, you could make it taste like coffee.
Yeah.
Because people love coffee, man. That coffee line with Tim Hortons is to get that zombie juice in the morning is quite long.
Yeah, I like the French vanilla. I actually import Tim Hortons French vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really expensive, but it's my absolute. It's like 30 quid for the jar. Like,
Let me ask
so
you a question. Are
go on.
you one of those coffee drinkers that drink coffee just like it's a beverage, or do you live life around coffee like you can't live unless coffee lets you?
No, I don't. No, I go times when I don't have it. It helps me focus when so if I know I'm going to have a particularly difficult day with lots of things for my mind to process, I'll have a coffee. Um, so, and I read that sometimes it is as beneficial properties for people who have like sort of the sort of um, condition that I have. So I'm like, oh, okay, so that kind of makes sense. But then equally, the Tim Hortons French vanilla is probably more sugar than coffee. I
Yeah.
do have a pod machine. Now that's pod racing, where I put the pods in and I like different flavors and stuff. But I tend to make an Irish coffee out of those, but so that'll have to be in an evening, otherwise I'll be hammered for work.
Yeah.
Because it's more Irish than coffee.
That's what makes those coffees
So
problematic.
to answer your question, no, I don't live my life around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. Do you find that that you're surrounded by people who are like mainlining the coffee?
Well, I guess I'm sensitive to it because I don't drink coffee. I don't drink anything hot. I don't drink coffee or tea or a
Right.
hot chocolate or anything. So
Yeah.
I notice a lot of stuff. And people just. I've been in some situations too where I mean, where people just couldn't function unless they had their coffee in, and I'm like, I just
Yeah.
don't like the mentality to kind of come because people they don't give a shit about nothing until they get their coffee, and the line is
Yeah. It's
super long.
almost like an
It's Tim Hortons.
excuse as well. Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like, I'm
it's I don't
sorry,
know.
man.
I don't like that culture, the coffee culture, and the way everybody like loves coffee like it's God or something. And it's, meh.
Yeah, or they're like, I want one squirt of this and four of those, and shake it it's like fucking James Bond, shaken not stirred. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, like without turning into Dennis Leary or something. Like, just give me a black coffee and a cigarette or whatever. But yeah, I get where you're coming from with that for sure. And also I find it like I'm trying to, as I'm getting older, I'm trying to drink more and more water. I find that like I'm more finely balanced with water. When I drink a lot of water, I feel great, and I'm sure those people who are drinking coffee probably would feel even better if they drank like a pint of water.
yeah. I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
sure they
there
would.
we've taught those bastards a lesson.
Good.
So, so next question, my friend. Hopefully, it won't be about ejaculate this time.
Uh, one, two,
They're all
three.
about one, two, three. Okay. Okay. What would be the worst place that you can imagine taking somebody on the first date?
Funeral.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say
That
like
could, that could
taking
be
someone
good or
to
bad though.
McDonald's or KFC would be a bad one.
Well, nowadays KFC around here, I don't know. The KFC around here is pretty crappy. So if someone took me to KFC on the first day, I'd be like, "Can't we go to
Yeah.
Popeyes or something?"
Yeah. Yeah. Having said that, when I was a kid, I would have loved somebody to, like, if a girl at school would have asked me to go to McDonald's, I'd be like, I'm all in. Let's go. Or
Oh,
KFC or anywhere, to be honest.
McDonald's is not bad, but I mean, McDonald's is bad, but I'd do McDonald's before KFC. That's for damn sure. But
Yeah. I suppose if I
yeah,
was trying to impress somebody, it wouldn't be like my first choice.
funeral's not good. But what else?
Yeah. That's probably
Like
the worst. Yeah.
how about I'll draw upon a movie. Maybe someone will guess what it's from because it's not that hard. But anyways, don't ever take a girl on a first date to a porno movie
Oh,
in the theater.
yeah. Yeah. Taxi driver. Yeah. or diner, take them to the cinema and cut a hole in the. It's not a good move.
The funny thing about taxi drivers is like he doesn't even she gets all upset about it and he doesn't even
Yeah,
understand why she's mad.
yeah, it's such an important scene in the film.
Yeah,
It's really telling on his
yeah, how
mental state.
disconnected he is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's the thing that people don't understand about things that are shocking. It's like they're shocking because they're grounded in something rather than like just shocking because they come out of nowhere.
Hmm.
And it's yeah, that's a perfect example. Yeah, don't do a Travis Bickle on your first date.
No.
Uh, yeah, I'm talking to you.
Mhm.
Right.
Talking to me.
Okay, next one. Is it
Let's see. 777.
I was doing my Robert De Niro impression of the film.
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Right. So what was it?
Seven
Sorry,
seven seven. Triple seven.
777. Okay. What's the emergency services in Canada? Is it 911 or 999?
911.
911. Okay. Right. Do you have a family tradition? It could be a Christmas tradition that you considered normal and then discovered that nobody else does it.
Uh, hmm. I hmm. Oh, I'm immediately I'm thinking I do have a Christmas tradition that's not common for that people do, but I always knew that it wasn't common.
Right. I'm
I'm
interested.
I'm trying to think of if there was something that we did, and I realized that nobody else did it. Well, at Christmas time we have what we call a pig out, a Christmas pig out. My father invented this thing, and my father didn't allow us to have like a lot of soft drink and sweets and junk food growing up. So
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve, he would get us all like brand new. We got brand new pajamas and slippers and all that stuff. And he would well, before that, he would take us to the grocery store and we'd fill up the carriage with whatever we wanted. Could have been, it's like nonsense, just like sodas and chocolate milk and juice and ice cream and candies and chocolate bars and donuts and chips and then we get like McDonald's and like pizza, and it was insane.
Sounds
And
amazing.
that was called a Christmas pig out, but I always kind of knew that was because telling people what my Christmas was every year from day one, the people are like freaked out on our Christmas pig out. So I knew that we were the only ones doing that.
That's pretty cool because if he just stopped you doing it altogether, the opposite when you're older would happen, that you would have not experienced those things and you would rush to do them all as soon as you possibly could.
Hmm.
And it like, which is what happened with me, which was like no chocolate, no sweets. I don't even know if people in Britain will remember this, but my mum used to get me this thing called carob. It's like a chocolate substitute. It
Okay.
was bitter as hell, and no matter what flavor it was, it'd stay with you.
Oh boy.
And I'd eat it because it looked like chocolate, you know. But as soon as I could get away from the house and wasn't around my parents as much, I'd be just spending all my money on tons of chocolate and sweets. And now I've got like the biggest sweet tooth. So I think your dad's got the right idea because you've experienced all those things as a kid. You're not going to be like, I wonder what it's like to have junk food, you know?
Yeah, it was kind of smart if you think about it, because it gave you one night and you would stuff your face with so much junk that would make you ill,
Ah,
and then you wouldn't
yeah.
want to touch any junk for another half a year.
Yeah. It's like smoke up, Johnny, you
Yeah,
know?
it's exactly like that. The three of us would my brother and sister and I, be throwing up at the end of the night. And we're like, well, we don't want to touch no more shit for the rest of the year. My father's not dumb, man.
No, that's good. I'm writing that down. If I ever get around to having kids, I'm writing that down. I'm doing that Christmas pig out. Right, it's in
Yeah,
there.
but
Um,
it was very nice how he did it though. Like you said, we'd have brand new pajamas. We'd have to take our shower, get our pajamas on, and make sure our rooms were clean and all set up for. We'd set up for the pig out, and we'd have like Christmas cartoons or movies going on, and then my mother would set out all the junk food. Once the junk food was all out, then we were allowed to just stuff our face until we threw up on ourselves.
it kind of sounds horrific and amazing at the same time. So that's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so um, it's up to you. You can either let me choose a question because one's just caught my eye, or we can continue with you choosing the questions. I don't know.
It's your show, but you tell me.
If I can have one, if I could just have one, and then we'll go. Okay, so this one is a very long question, but Does sex with a robot count as cheating if the robot is an exact copy of your partner in looks and personality? Or is it that actually the greatest compliment you could give to your partner, and also the biggest waste of making a sex robot? How about if it was an exact copy of your partner when you first met them? Or yeah, what is it cheating? Let's start with that one. Is it cheating if it's exactly the same as your partner?
I assume it is because I mean, if anything other than my partner was receiving my attention,
Mhm.
I guess that would be the point. So
Yeah.
I assume it is. Like I guess it because I mean, like even if it is exact copy of your partner, you're still choosing that over your partner.
Yes, I think I kind of, as much as that kind of I was going to say as much as that
Okay.
interests me, but I agree. I
You're
agree
still
with
you're
you.
still choosing that over your partner, and for whatever reason it is. So that's
Yeah.
how your partner is going to see it anyway.
I was just trying to find if there's a moral way of doing something wrong, but there isn't. so,
No, I mean
so
it's a good
yeah,
try. It's definitely a good try because I can see someone trying to argue that, but
yeah,
I don't think most women wouldn't let that slide. I don't think.
yeah.
No.
I guess if it would be like a sci-fi film where when your partner goes or dies or whatever, or you could have like your feels like a Black Mirror kind of question, that one.
I was just about to say, unless she gifts you that, unless she says, here's a robot of me when I'm not around, and you can play with it all you want to, and she's okay with that. Well, then that's a different
Yeah,
angle.
or with them, and it's like a threesome, but she's like, the only person I want you to have a threesome with is me.
There's something like that. Yeah, but if the guy just showed
Yeah,
up and like made a copy of his wife and wants to spend time with the copy, she'd be like, well, why don't you spend time with me?
yeah. Or she's like, what's all that work you're doing in the garage? Like, and he's like, it's something. It's for your birthday. I planned it. I know you said you never wanted a threesome, but I've got this great idea. Um,
And then
but if she,
she sees the robot and she doesn't like the robot because she thinks it looks better than her, and then it becomes
yeah,
a big drama.
yeah, it's like, yeah, you she get jealous of herself. Oh man, yeah, that'd be a nightmare. Right, wow. Okay, back to you choosing the questions. That one's made my brain hurt.
It was a good one though.
It was a good one. I like that one.
Uh, let's see, 300.
300. Sparta.
Give me
Right.
the Leonidas question.
Okay. Oh wow. You don't have to answer this one. Um, it's have you ever been in a police car?
I
You can
have,
say pass.
I have,
You
but it
don't.
was not. I was a child.
Ah. Oh, so this is the thing that I know it is in America. If you're out after a certain point at night, on your own, a kid, the police will take you home. Like
Well, I guess
curfew.
if you're young enough, if you're like really young, I've never experienced that myself. I mean, I've been stopped by the cops many times at night. That was
Because
just for
we
them
don't
to
have
be.
we don't have a curfew in the UK. We've never had one.
No, we don't got. I don't have no curfew in Canada either. I've been
Oh, I
walking the
guess
streets.
yeah. I guess you're more like Britain, though, aren't you? In a lot of ways,
Well, yeah,
like because in America they do have a curfew, or have I made that up?
I don't know. I don't.
Like for
I'm not.
kids to
I'm
be
not
on
sure
their
about
own
that.
after a certain age. I don't. Maybe I made that up, but like, yeah. So, and I was going to say, what's it like inside a real life police? I think
I
I've
was
been
in
in one, like
a.
a
I
show.
was in. I was involved in some drama and I had to go to a courthouse when I was like I think I was like 9 or 10 years old, and the police officer drove my mother and I there. So that was the
Ah,
only time that I was ever in the back of a police car. So I don't really remember it.
don't remember it much. No, I think I might have been in like say like a convention where they have different cars from films and stuff. I
Hmm.
may have like sat in an American cop car, or I feel like I have. I know I've been
I
in like an 18 van or something like that. I know
I've been
I've
in
been in
all
the back.
kinds of vehicles. I've been to like air shows. I've been inside all different kinds of jets and planes and helicopters and boats and cars and trucks and stuff like that. But I've never really been inside a cop car
No,
or a DeLorean,
no, I've not been in. I've not been inside a DeLorean either. No.
and that makes me more
No.
upset because I'd love to be inside a DeLorean.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would. Oh, well, do you know what? No, you probably, this is going to sound mad, but my first choice, like if I could be in any actual car from a TV show or film, I was like just a massive, massive Magnum PI fan when I was a kid.
Mm,
I would just love to just drive around Hawaii in Thomas Magnum's car. What would his
Ferrari.
Ferrari? Yeah. For some reason, then I was just like, I didn't want to say Ferrari. I don't know why. I was just like in Thomas Magnum's
Automobile.
automobile. I was like, I don't know why. I got
Yeah,
shy talking about it.
I like that one too. That's one of my. If I ever hit the lotto, the first car I'm buying is the first thing is a DeLorean. But that
Yeah.
one of those Magnum PI cars, I like that too.
Oh
I
man,
get myself a kit, a Night Rider. I have a Night Rider too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that would be good.
I'm not a big
Yeah.
sports car guy, really, to be honest with you. I just like those
No.
cars because of what they are. But honestly, I'd rather trucks.
Yeah, I would like Zach Morris had a pretty cool Mustang on Saved by the Bell. I think it was a 65 red one convertible. I quite
Mm.
like that. And strangely, I used to work in a butcher's shop when I was a kid, and I saw a guy park up in that car in like this is in like South Manchester, and I was just like, you don't really see American cars and stuff. And I was
Right.
like, this guy's. I just ran outside to look at it. I was like, that's Zach Morris's car. I think it might
Yeah.
even be the same one James Dean had as well. So I
Is
don't
this
know.
car stolen? Did they bring this over here in a container?
Yeah, it's just so weird to see them in the wild, like not at a show or something. It's just like see somebody driving along in a vintage American car in the UK is always a bit because they're so big as well. They can't
Right.
help but stand out.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
can imagine,
That's,
like, yeah, if you just saw somebody with the Griswolds station wagon drive down, you'd be like, "Geez, what's that?"
yeah, good luck with that. You probably get stuck in corners, wouldn't be able to turn.
Yeah, that's why I imagine driving. I drove the Batmobile. I drove Adam West's Batmobile, and it was so slow, but I was also driving like that.
There's like a
I
wheel
was,
on a bus.
yeah, the guy was like, "This is worth, $450,000, something ridiculous," and I was like, "Well, that's making me want to drive even slower."
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's cool
So
though. You drove that.
yeah, my friend drove it too, but he was going pretty fast. I've got a video of it. Maybe I'll speed it up and make it look like I was going fast.
Yeah, that'd be perfect because that's what they did, right? To make it look fast in the show.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I go backwards and have me go up and down the pole and stuff. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
if I got a chance to drive the Batmobile, I'd be stepping on that gas. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was funny though. Even when like Andrew did put his foot down on it, he was saying like it wasn't like as responsive as like a regular car. Like it
Mm,
still felt like he was driving a tank. But
yeah, well,
at least he put his foot down. I was like, oh, I'm not going over 25 miles an hour.
you actually hear the gas going from the tank to
Yeah,
the engine.
yeah. And I was taking like the widest angle because it was like like a motor circuit, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and I was just like the guy was teaching me how to actually drive on these things properly and what line to take and stuff. He was
right.
really patient with me because he knew I was like nervous.
Hmm. Well, yeah, driving a
Um,
car is, especially a Batmobile, is not an everyday thing, right? So,
yeah, that was it. I was just like, this is big. This is big. I was like, I yeah, I even took this guy with me when I did it as well.
there you go. Lucky charm.
Yeah, I should have dressed up in the full suit. And then they'd
That'd
be
been
like,
funny.
do you know the weird thing was that the chance if they couldn't promise certain ones, so if we couldn't have that one, it was like Vin Diesel's Charger or something. And I've never watched any of those Fast and the Furious films, so I'd have just been like dressed as Batman driving like this.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. Ugh.
Yeah, I'd be like family, just talking about family dressed as Batman. Right? Okay, man. Let's next question. Next question.
All right, 24,244.
244. Nice. That's a good number. Right. They're all great numbers. Okay. Oh my word. Who is the most inappropriate person you've ever? You don't have to answer any of these, by the way. Who is the most inappropriate person you've ever had a sex dream about? You can say pass.
I don't have. I'll be honest with you. I don't have a lot of sex dreams.
Oh, I was trying to think.
And it's not. I never like about like celebrities or something like that.
No.
Not really. I mean, if I did, I would tell you. But
yeah, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head.
I don't really have. I've never. I guess I don't know. I guess I just was. I guess I was always able to. Always had my.
You were fulfilling your fantasies in real
Yes,
life.
I was always fulfilling my needs, I guess, and I never really had to dream about it. So I never really had any sexual dreams like that.
Yeah, well, if that is the case, then I'd have only been having dreams about it. so I don't know if that works, or if that logic works, because like I'd have had about most of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
interesting.
me the next one.
So,
Give me the next one down.
okay, next one down. If you could have all your teeth replaced by orbs which could tell you future events by telepathy, but you would scream at a high-pitched volume every time you open your mouth, would you go ahead and have the teeth replacement operation?
Oh man.
So you could learn everything about the future, like literally like the almanac in Back to the Future, I guess. But for everything. But if you open your mouth, it was like
So I'd have to keep my mouth closed the whole time, the rest of my life.
like yeah, I don't know, because there's a little NB here. It's like they would be useless for chewing. So you could open your mouth, but you'd probably just have to do it when people weren't around because it'd be so noisy. But they'd be useless for chewing and make your breath smell of sulfur. But you could do things like win the lottery every week.
That's great to win the lottery every week, but not if your breath smells like sulfur and you're in pain. And I don't know. I don't think. No, I think I'd go. I'd do no on that one. I'd love to win the lottery. That'd be great, and know a whole bunch of shit. But not if I had to. Like, man, that doesn't sound great having orbs for teeth.
No, and if you had all the money to make your movies, but when you're trying to direct people, you're just screaming at them and you stink.
Yeah, and someone slaps you in the mouth and all the orbs break, and
then
it costs you all kinds of money to get them fixed.
That's a good question, though. I quite like that one. I like the sort of ones that make me think of like body horror, make me feel like like I'm in a Frank Henenlotter film or something.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. If any questions in that genre would probably be close to being the same answer to me, because I don't see the point of like if I'm going to be in pain or torture or anguish or something like that, who cares what comes along with it? You know what I mean? Like,
that's Do you know when you said anguish? Then I was like, I thought you said English. Like English is like one of the worst things you could be, and I was like, I'm probably going to agree with that as well.
Yeah. It's funny, but I am in my country. I am considered English because I'm an English-speaking Canadian. So when we have political arguments about language, I'm considered English, even though I'm Scottish heritage. But it's about English against French. So it's not English nationality against French nationality. It's English speaking against French speaking.
Right.
We have many different kinds of people that speak French and many different kinds of people that speak English in Quebec and Canada. So,
right. Oh wow. So would that be seen as like an insult for somebody to be like, "Oh, this English guy"? If you're
usually from where I'm from, like it's usually Frenchmen calling the "SD Anglais," which means fucking English, and then the English would be calling the Frenchmen the frogs, the French frogs, and the stupid Frenchmen and shit, and that's how they go back and forth. That's how I grew up in a neighborhood that was like built by Irish immigrants, mostly English speaking Irish immigrants, and they didn't speak. Nobody spoke French around there, and in that neighborhood we used to go and beat up the French. We used to go to the French school and beat up the French kids. So.
Oh wow! So that's like, it's like the French, like the French in France. They like call British people like the roast beef, roast beef. I don't know if they still do that, but I remember my mum telling me that. They're like, they call us roast beef.
Another insult that French people in Quebec have for English-speaking Quebecers is tête carrée, meaning square head.
So that's almost. I was trying to think. Well, Terrence and Phillip have round heads, though, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know where they come up with this square head thing, but I used to go at my old job. I would go to the infirmary and ask them if they had like a Tylenol or an Advil if I had a headache or something. And then the French guy there, he'd be like, "Oh, you want 4, one for all the corners?" And I'd be like, "Oh, you're hilarious! Just give me the fucking pills."
Give me, yeah, I've got a headache. You're making it worse. Yeah, man. Oh, that's interesting. I love hearing about like the little subtleties of culture, things that you wouldn't hear about, like in movies or TV and stuff, because they kind of everything's kind of quite broad strokes, really, aren't they? When they talk about,
Especially when it comes to like Quebec versus Canada overall, there's two different things that you're talking about. So it's a lot of people don't know that. Like I'm just in a province over. Like Quebec is right beside Ontario. I moved from Quebec to Ontario, and I'm in Ontario. And even here in Ontario, just which is not too far, a lot of people don't know that there's English speaking people like me in Quebec.
Right.
In Montreal, because Montreal's like a port city like New York in the States. Montreal is 350 years old. Canada is 150 years old. Montreal is 350 years old.
So you've got all, yeah.
So I'm from Montreal. It's like the oldest. It's 200 years older than the rest of the country. So,
jeez, that's fascinating. That's really true. Because like my knowledge of Canada is limited to wrestling, Due South, which Due South was freaking awesome. I love Due South.
Yeah, good show.
Big up Benson Fraser. And man, I love that show. And everybody in Britain loved that show too, because it was getting cancelled, and the BBC ended up putting the money in to continue the show for another few series. So,
really,
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's how popular it was over here. And and that was about it, really. I guess also my auntie lived in Canada briefly. I can't remember where and my football team, which is called Stockport County, our record goal scorer, who is 6'7", he's called Kevin Francis. And when he finished playing football, instead of like being a manager or a scout or whatever, he moved to Canada and became a Mountie.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty surprising. And I think he's still there now. His daughter. Yeah. And I've seen pictures of him in the uniform and stuff. So I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. So I've always wanted to go to Canada. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Calgary because of the Hart family, and I've always wanted to go to like the Canadian Stampede. What's it called? Yeah, the Stampede. Yeah, it's called Stampede, isn't it?
The Calgary Stampede. Yeah.
Calgary Stampede. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to that. Yeah. So.
I went to the Calgary Stampede in 2001. I hitchhiked across Canada. I took a bus across Canada. And I hitchhiked back. I didn't make it to BC though, but I got as far as Alberta, and I was in Calgary for 2 months. And I went to the Calgary Stampede. 2001.
Oh, wow. Oh man, that's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I feel like Canada would suit me more, like weather-wise. I run colder more. I prefer colder stuff than warmer. Like
Same here.
I'm quite big on manners. The food is like pretty much tied in with the sort of things I like. I like say Tim Hortons and dressed chips and I just for some reason my general, not that I've ever been, so I can't judge it completely, but my general idea of it is that I've always loved the idea of visiting Canada. So yeah, guys, just donate. I'll give you my PayPal in the comments. And,
well, it's like me. I would love to go across the pond in England and Scotland and Ireland and all. It's one of the reasons why I don't is because it's just too much to see. Just too much. I want to like where am I want to see everything there. It's like it's kind of hard to just to go there for like a week or two or something.
Totally. Yeah.
I know people that do it, but I mean, like, there's a lot to see, is what I'm saying.
Oh, totally. So that's funny that we were started off by talking about having our teeth replaced by orbs that predict the future, and we ended up really. That's what I love about these questions. They take us in so many different directions. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do the last one. Okay.
Sounds good. Somebody already picked 666. I think Al took it and it wasn't good, or something.
I'll have a quick look and see. I can't remember it, but then
I think he picked 666 and then he took 667 instead because it wasn't a good question.
Oh yeah, 666 is rubbish. It's have you ever been at the center of a Twitter storm?
Okay, what about 665?
Do you think you would? Oh, 665. Okay, have you ever been in a fan club?
No, not like in old terms of a fan club.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, like I follow, I support people on Patreon and stuff like that in a newer kind of way, but I guess that's a
Yeah,
kind
I
of a
guess
fan
that's
club.
it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, totally. Is there any channels or people that you follow on Patreon that you want to shout out that you're a fan of?
80s Video Shop, Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship.
Cool.
Is there anybody else? I don't even remember. Sometimes when I have a bunch of beers in me and I'm feeling good and happy and I like people, I join and like,
Oh
yes,
man,
no, I like this. I'm down with this. The
I
Mummy and
like.
the Monkey. I like your channel, Mummy and the Monkey on YouTube. The vegan film cult dudes there. My buddy Tony there.
Yes. Yeah, Wigan are awesome. Wigan Cult Film Club.
Obviously
I,
Gareth.
I follow a guy called Stuart Millard on Patreon who does little video essays. He's really good. I used to be in the Dennis the Menace fan club when I was a kid, but not the blonde-haired one, the spiky black-haired one that we have over here. Different Dennis.
I was trying to think of something like that, like a fan club like that when I was younger, but I don't recall.
No, I'm not sure if anything that it had been difficult because, like, I was saying this to my wife, and she's like younger than me, so she was like laughing at this. But I was like, I used to get like when I started getting spending money, it was like 5 pence a week, and then it was like 10, and I think the most I ever got was like maybe 25 pence, which was enough to buy like a comic. So, like, if it had a thing in the comic saying join this fan club or that fan club, it would take a major investment. or I'd have to have like some sort of rich benefactor. So yeah, I don't think I ever signed up for anything as a kid, even though I probably looked at them in comics. Like I always looked at things in comics, like if I saved up for a while and I got a comic from America and it was kind of like imported in, sometimes you'd open up a comic and it'd have like X-ray specs and itching powder and
like a whole page of all items that you can buy. Yeah, ninja stars and ninja things and.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'd love to have any of those. And I used to just love reading those adverts, but I never bought them. The same with wrestling stuff. I'd like look at the wrestling catalog and be like, oh man, that'd be really cool. And I think
my favorite was in kung fu magazines and stuff. They used to have the Chuck Norris jeans, where he had like the crotch was elastic. He had super tight jeans on, but the crotch was elastic, so he was able to throw high kicks and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, he's got the world's biggest penis, so like he had to have a lot of stretchability in there too. You know?
He's the originator of stretchy jeans, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
But
before
you bring this up. Yeah, my brother, when we were younger, used to get mail. My brother's younger than me. He's the middle child. And he used to get mail as we're kids. And I'd be like, what? I remember thinking to myself, how are you getting mail? Like, and he would cut things out of comics and cereal packages and stuff like that and send away and ask my mother for money and buy stamps and send shit out. And he was like 10 years old, like 10 years old. And you get mail in the house. Oh, this is for your brother. And I'm like, I remember I'm like 3 years older than my brother. So I'll be like, what the hell? He's getting mail?
Yeah, he's like working from home.
Well, that movie Better Off Dead, right, with John Cusack.
I remember it. Yeah.
Well, his little brother in the room that's doing all the inventions and that was my little brother.
All right, that's funny. Oh, that's so cool. Well, we've had some pretty weird semen related questions and body related questions, but we've also had some heartwarming moments, I think. Which is a perfect combination, I think.
It was a good time.
I hope you enjoyed it, Rob. I certainly enjoyed it. I'm going to just put up your. Is there like regular things that you want to share with people who are watching? So who are now obviously going to be subscribing to your channel, and like what's coming up? What's coming up for you?
Well, like always, every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we do a Friday night tape talk with Rob and the Captain, which is doing pretty good, and we're having a good time doing that. And I got some, as for my channel, I got hopes to finish finally open up the video store and get some. I got some episodes coming out of Rob's Vintage Video, sitcom style series. I'm going to try to do, and that's about it. Maybe some stuff for Halloween's coming up, so Captain and I are trying to cook up some stuff for that, and yeah.
I'm devastated. I'm going to a wedding on Halloween, and
are you?
I'm devastated because I love Halloween.
Well, Halloween this year is on a Friday, and we have a chance to stream. But people have like plans on Halloween. Usually, Captain's does a bunch of things on Halloween, and so we probably won't be doing a tape talk on Halloween night. But I'm trying to put something together for that time slot on that Friday that we can put up anyways.
I can also say, I know I've mentioned this all the time. I have two of them. Your Rob's Vintage Video merchandise T-shirt, my favorite T-shirt. I get so many questions about it. I wore it when I was on the last minute. I went tutoring somebody and I didn't have my normal gear on. Yep, that same design. And it scared a little girl that I was tutoring. She was like, "What's the T-shirt?" And I was like, "It's fine. It's my friend's T-shirt, and it's really cool." And he's like a very nice guy. It's just supposed to be fun, you know. And
he's just a VHS monster that has a my name tag on.
Yeah, exactly. But I've got to say, it's probably my favorite T-shirt that I own. So I urge people to have a look at your shop and see what's what on there, because I just love the designs. I love the layout. I just love the whole thing. It looks fantastic. I
do have like a Teespring or T something like that going on. But I plan to. I'm at 450 subscribers now. When I hit 500 and I can get, offer like memberships and bullshit, and maybe I can sell some merch. I'll be selling like my own from my channel, my own like designs, not ones that are made there. It'll be made from me, and I'll be sending them out. So.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'll be up for buying some more stuff, or maybe get it as a hoodie or a hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some hats.
Yeah, I'll just be decked out in the full thing. I've managed to I'm quite picky when it comes to the to the stuff that I buy from. Like, I don't just buy it because it's my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to want to wear it. And yours was the first one where I was like, I'm gonna get it. I bought a Night Owl one that's like a kind of Misfits Night Owl one. I got one from Larry. I got one from Gareth and one from Al. But mainly, it took me a while with some of them because I was waiting for them to have the perfect one that suited me. But yours was the first one where I was like, do you know what? Even if I hated Rob, I'd still buy this T-shirt.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm behind. Yeah, I'm looking to get. I want to get Gareth's one. I want to get Mummy and the Monkey T-shirt. I want to get Don and Larry's T-shirt from both of them. I'm behind in ordering some T-shirts, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I've done it very sort of incrementally over time. I'm doing a bit of an eBay thing at the moment, so I'm not buying anything new unless I sell something first.
Right.
So like I literally had to buy a new suit because I've put weight on and I'm going to this wedding. So I just put all my old suits on eBay.
Gotta make a couple dollars, man.
Yeah, I was like, well, every little bit helps. So
for sure.
Yep. Anyway, I don't know why I mentioned that. It was a stupid thing to mention at the end of the interview. But thank you so much, Rob. I've really appreciated chatting to you. As always, when we talk about movies and when we've done watch parties and things like that, we go in a million different directions. And that's something I really appreciate you. Thanks for being a good friend, and thanks for everything that you do. And I'm sure I'll see you on this channel, or I'll be on yours at some point, or something will happen. We'll see each other soon. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to Rob. And thanks for watching Cultural Fit. If you're a creator and you want to get involved in this, comment. I've put my email in my community section for people who want to get involved. It would be awesome. It's not that painful. Rob's still in one piece. So, we'll see you all again. Take care. He made it. We did it, guys. Bye, everyone.